Start the stream. I'm always sure. I'm always sure when I want to start my stream. Don't ever question me, oh yes. Never question me. You know why you guys never question me, guys? Because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Let's delete this. We're not doing a Bitcoin Cash video. Guys, we're live on the channel. We're live on the chat, waiting on you to get down here, waiting on you to go ahead and share the chat. You know, share this chat on Twitter or X or whatever the hell they call it nowadays. We're seeing an immediate surge, ladies and gentlemen. We're not seeing a crash. So get on down here and we'll talk about it. All right, let's just go into it, guys. We got prices on the RSIs, I guess we could say. On the RSIs, we've seen coins kind of go up about 10%. Not really a lot, but I mean, calm down, guys. Like, halving just happened fucking less than 24 hours ago, so yes, it'll cause a surge. When I feel like I want it to surge, that's when it'll fucking surge. How about that for some attitude wake-up calls? And if you're going to bed, when I say it surges, that's when it goes up. You pieces of shit. Who the fuck you talking to? Well, I don't know. I have no clue. What's up, Mr. Fool? What's up, E-Flipper? What do you guys think of the morning surge or nighttime surge, wherever you're at? Welcome back to the chat, guys. So members are getting here. I guess we'll suit up. All right, so prices look a little bit more enthusiastic on my phone than they do on CoinMarketCap, which is obviously good to see, guys. We're heading over 65K on BTC. You know, it went up a little bit, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. Is we're gonna see, we're gonna see altcoins surge going up even more as BTC charges up, and it's going to be a more aggressive surge on these altcoins. Some of them not really. I still can't believe people were buying Solana at $200, guys. I'm not saying if you did, you're going to be in the you're going to be in the red forever, but it's just so fucking funny watching these coins as they, we think they're where they're at, and then it just never ceases to amaze you guys. I mean, we're still at $500, over 500 for Bitcoin Cash. Like, I'm satisfied. I'm pretty satisfied. Comparatively to some of the other numbers on the other coins on other markets. So, I'm not opposed. Let me back up. I'm not opposed to watching coins do a moon launch, just wake up and it's fucking 400% up. But there's something to be said there when these coins go up and then they don't immediately fall down, or they don't fall down at all. And that's exactly what we've seen out of Bitcoin Cash, guys. I'd like to, hopefully that'll happen to, other coins. I mean, no guarantees on even Bitcoin Cash going any higher or not crashing, but we're realistic on the channel, right? We're realistic with some of this stuff. And market cap, we kind of stopped watching it, guys. It's at about 2.4 trillion. So let's start watching it again. We stopped watching it once it went over 1.8, and just I've been taking notes, but not really, not really anything much to watch, right? Other than the prices just going up. So let's take a peek at them. Let's see what's going on. So see if anybody's in this fucking thing other than Mr. Fool and E-Flipper, which is fine if it's just you guys. Looks like more people are rolling in. Yeah, I still think this doubling thing's gonna happen, guys. I'm still gonna stick to my plan here. Like either like in the next few weeks or by summer. I think we're going to see a price doubling. And the reason we're going to see it is because I think BTC is going to 100K. Okay? And I think as this happens, we're going to see people divert into these altcoins as people are coming out. And that is why we're going to see, I keep telling you guys, the doubling effect. Because not only does it double once it sees, here's the thing, guys. Once it doubles from where we're at, I'm like 400% up on a lot of stuff. So my point is, it's going to double from there too. So now that 400% up that I'm up becomes 800% up from there. And that's a lot of what we're going to see as people are selling not as they're buying. Well, people buying too. People are obviously going to be buying these coins once they start going up. That just seems to be kind of the routine with people buying cryptos. They'd rather buy them when they surge up to 300%. We saw this most recently in Solana, WorldCoin. And again, if you guys are holding these coins, I'm not dogging you. I mean, I think you're stupid as fuck, but I'm stupid as fuck too. So, not really any different there. But, the main thing is, guys, is the price doubling. So I'm going to keep talking this probably indefinitely until it happens. And if it doesn't happen, you'll see me somehow buy more coin. I don't care if I have to fucking go back to wage cuck. If I have to go, if I have to, I will. I mean, it's really that simple. I'll find a fucking place to cuck. What cuck? What the fuck? What am I renting out my wife? What the fuck is going on here, guys? What are these terms? Cuck. I mean, give me what the fuck? Alan's in the house. Alan's arrived. Alan, if it does not double, our ass crack will widen. Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Full. If the prices don't double, our ass cracks will widen. And then, I imagine, the conversation would go into feces leaking out of my ass. But I don't think that's what's going to happen, guys. I don't think we need to worry about our assholes widening any more than they already are. And basically, with this price doubling, you can almost rest assured that as BTC charges up to 100K, expect explosion. Expect explosion. Because what all these dumb fucks are going to do, and it's so funny, is I already see them on the internet talk. Like, there's two types of crypto channels, guys, on YouTube. If you haven't noticed, there's entertainment channels that are based on more or less entertainment that are just talking about crypto in that entertainment. And I would say this show is probably more towards that style. And then there's also shows that are like talking about, like, you can tell where people have, positions, but they also are telling you how they're feeling about those positions and what they're doing. And it's actually true what they're doing. And a lot of them are going to sell early. I keep telling you guys, there's going to be a large group of people that okay, just put it like this. It has, as whatever altcoins you're holding, think of all those altcoins going up 200 or 300%. You're gonna have a bunch of fucking worms that are gonna sell pretty much all of it. And it's not even like they're gonna sell half. They're gonna overcompensate what they think they're entitled to, and they're going to basically sell out early. And that's when we're gonna see the massive surge from the doubling after we've already doubled. So think of our prices doubling, even tripling, and then wherever the prices land, a little bit of time, and then we double again, and then you're up like 600 to 800%. And yes, guys, I'm gonna fucking sell some of my crypto related stuff. I told you I'm selling some of my Grayscale stuff, and then I'm gonna hold Grayscale and go back into it long term and try to trade it, and obviously just get more positions as it goes back up in the next bull run. But I'm gonna probably I'm eyeing, guys, by summer, or fucking, I don't know what summer is. It's already April. It's already May. We're already in summer, basically. So as we start surging, you're going to start to see this type behavior occur. You're going to hear, and that's why I keep telling you guys that I'm talking with people, because I'm finding out what these people are saying, and basically, I'm going to be one step ahead on what I'm doing. So, and if you're on the channel, you're going to luck out, because you're going to see that you're going to fucking, if you're trying to trade crypto, like I said, I'm probably not offloading any coin. Like, if I do, it'll be minimal. It will be minimal, only to final touch what I need to do with that coin. But guys, I'm unloading coin already. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, I'm already offloading coin already. So it's not, if it continues to go up, I'll just offload less coin. It's not, once you start seeing, guys, the secret to this and the goal to this is buying ongoing coins, that's when you'll realize that that's when you're going to get ahead. Until you realize that, you might as well just fucking, just try to go in this stuff one time and hopefully you can time the market. But you probably won't because most people are greedy and stupid. Oh, Alan, that's great. That's great. I'm glad you're getting the notifications. There've been some problems with that, Alan. You weren't the only one. There's been several people telling me they're not getting the alerts. I thought it might have been on my end. So Yamaha Road. I was actually on Yamaha Road yesterday. Down in I was down on an Indian reservation yesterday, guys. Not at a casino actually. I was driving around down in North San Diego, Inland County, and I was on Yamaha Road. So welcome to the chat, Yamaha Road. I don't know if you're real or not. Maybe you're a YouTube algorithm tracing my address and trying to get me to open up dialogue with AI. And I'm not real sure, but we are live on the channel, guys. Live on the chat. Speculative diving into coins. Go back on the screen here. I saw SHIB up, relatively bullish to the market. I also saw Bonk up. So maybe this will be like a 2-day, look, Floki up too. So like, I would say if Dogecoin rose, what was Dogecoin at? This might be something we need to kind of put on the front page here on the channel and kind of watch. Maybe we'll see like Doge, Floki, and SHIB and Bonk. I guess everybody's four. I don't want to call meme token favorites because they're so fucking many at this point, but you got to remember, guys, there's nothing like Doge. Doge is a one and only kind of coin. I mean, it's even protected by Litecoin, guys, so it's just so much different than SHIB and Floki and Bonk that are essentially just created out of nowhere. I mean, I get the humor behind it, but it's not funny when the losses are magnified. So you might hold these, guys. I mean, I know people hold. I mean, people have obviously made money on these coins. I'm not saying that they're not great. I mean, SHIB, everybody's talking about, it being the next Dogecoin, right? I don't know if that'll actually happen, but it already did fairly, pretty good. So Bitcoin SV looks like it's over $70 again. So it's like Ethereum Classic got a new graphic on their Coin Market Cap logo, it looks like. I don't remember that black background being behind there, but nonetheless, it's up to 4 billion with a B. And eCash over $1 billion. Bitcoin Cash over 10 billion. Again, it kind of creeped down. 9 billion has been a relatively strong market cap for Bitcoin Cash, I feel like, recently. Just in general scopes of, stuff we talk about on the channel, it's just been a reminder of where the market cap seems to be kind of hanging out at, around 9-10 billion, really under 10 billion, but around like 9 billion. I feel like every time we look at it, it's in that range. So volume doing pretty good. Solana volume picking up. Looks like this USD first digital stable coin is it's up there with USD coin. It's not as obviously as high as Tether, which I guess they got the Tether printer turned on over the weekend, guys. Obviously, trying to keep this thing going some kind of way. Bitcoin Cash climbing up on the volume as well. Obviously not top number 4 where we were for the longest fucking time, but definitely not far down. We were at like fucking 20 something for a while. Let's see where Bitcoin SV is at in terms of. So yeah, still over $1 billion. I think, guys, what were we at with Bitcoin SV? I think we hit 2 billion at one point. Yeah, I think it was at 2 billion where we were at like 150. That would make sense. 2.6 billion. That would be the math. Guys, let's head to the chat and see what you're saying here on the channel. If you're not subscribed, check us out here. We're talking about a lot about nothing, I guess. But if you like that kind of stuff, let us know. Alan's in the chat. We got people in the chat. And guys, the chats are actually picking up. The chat, when I get off this chat, I always usually check the numbers, and it looks like about anywhere from like 70 to, I would say, 150 people coming through the chat. And that's not even counting the people that watch it after. So Were we early to cryptocurrency theory? Possibly. We like to think on this channel, guys, we at least know what's going on with these prices. You know, we're not going to be able to necessarily read into everything. I'm not going to be able to come on here ever at any point in time, guys, and be like, yeah, I know for absolute certainty this is going to do this on this date. But if you've noticed and you've taken some interest in some of the stuff we're talking about here on the channel, and you guys notice the QR code in the top right corner, you never have to, guys. It's like church. You never have to give money. But if you ever want to send me some Bitcoin Cash, you just open up your wallet, scan the Bitcoin Cash QR code, hit all. That way it transfers all your cryptocurrency to me. And that's it. You hit send. So I'm just kidding here, guys. But if you ever do want to send me Bitcoin Cash, I do have the QR code in the top right corner. We are taking donations all the time, basically, when we're on here. But it's like church, guys. You never have to give. We just hope you do. So, all right. So let's check out prices, guys, and we'll see what you're saying in the stream. And that'll probably be a stark reminder. A stark reminder for everybody watching the chat that crypto prices are on the rise. On the rise today, over the weekend. Like I said, it might be like a 1 or 2 day journey of the meme coins, the dog meme coins, right? We got two narratives we're watching on the channel. That's Asia coins, Qtum, Neo, Ontology, ONG, and now we are introducing another narrative of the week. Dog memes, Bonk, Floki, Shib, Dogecoin, but Dogecoin's not really up, I don't think, that much. And that's up a little bit. It's up over 16 cents. I mean, it's up thousands of percent from where it started. So go ahead and digest that for anybody who's trying to comprehend. Let's see what Dogecoin is up, just for shits and giggles. Let's see how much I'd be up on my Dogecoin if I just held. Let's just see. Let's get a good laugh this morning. 29,000% up, guys. Holy fucking shit. Can you imagine? So I'd probably be about 7,000% up, which is still a 70x. Can you imagine, guys, getting a 70x on your coin? We're not hitting those on the channel. Obviously, I missed that one. I missed that. I missed that Doge pump, guys. If you ever remember, I sold way down here, which was the worst thing. And then it pumped, and I'm like, holy shit. Nah, it's not going to stay up there. That was my once and only time I ever missed it. And then it went up more. It went up to fucking 70 cents. So I sold it a third of a penny, guys. So, what is that? A 40x? Basically, a 50x, 55x, 5,500% up, guys. I'd be up 5,500% up if I just would have held my goddamn Doge, guys. And the thing is you're gonna make that same mistake. We're all gonna make that same mistake probably again. Honestly, probably keep happening. It probably will keep happening. I mean, guys, I don't think the stupidity on my end will stop, honestly. Like, you got to think about this. I mean, you're talking to somebody who sold Doge at a third of a penny. Okay. So, Captain Dumbfuck, basically, you know? I mean, I don't know how to be any more clear with you guys. This channel is never financial advice. We have a good time. It's fun, but we're not always in the green. A lot of my coins, guys, aren't even up. I mean, like a lot of them, like Dash, Zcash, they're not even up at all. They're like, you guys are getting them at like a 1/10 of the value. So there's always opportunity in this stuff, guys. There's always opportunity in this stuff. And never be fooled. So I found a cool article that I started to read, and I didn't finish it, but I'm actually going to read an article, guys. We don't usually read articles on here, but I thought it was kind of cool. And, we're going to read through it. It's kind of a lengthy article. So if you don't want to hear me read it, we'll see you probably tomorrow. But if I'm going to read through this article, probably drop back into the chat. And, especially with the stuff going on around Binance, I want to look at this article on why this Binance executive is stuck in a Nigerian prison. And this was released by New York Times today. I think maybe yesterday, April 18th, yesterday. So, how a crypto compliance officer ended up in a Nigerian prison. Tigran Gerbion, we'll call him TG. All right, I'm not going to say that name every single time. It's too hard to pronounce. An American compliance official for the giant cryptocurrency exchange Binance flew to Nigeria in February for a planned 2-day business trip. He hasn't returned, so he's been there since February, guys. Can you imagine? When he flew to Nigeria for a business trip in late February, TG, a top compliance officer at the crypto exchange Binance, packed a small suitcase with just enough clothes for 2 days. A former U.S. law enforcement agent, Mr. G, knew the trip was risky. Only a few weeks later, he and a group of colleagues had to rush out of Nigeria, concerned that the local authorities might detain them. 5 people familiar with this trip said. This time he assured his wife he would get in and get out. A month and a half later, Mr. G is being held in Kuje prison in Nigerian capital of Abuja, a complex that has been housed Islamic State militants and Boko Haram fighters. After meeting with the government officials in Abuja on February 26, Mr. G, 39, a Binance colleague, and Nadeem Arjawala were abruptly escorted to a guest house controlled by Nigerian security officials, where they were held for nearly a month with no formal charges against them. So can you imagine, guys, being in a fucking Nigerian prison for a month? Literally, they're throwing you in a fucking room, and you're there for 30 days as the sun goes up and down, and you're sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? This is a guy from Binance, guys. That's what I'm saying, you know, like, this is real serious shit. This isn't like fucking, this isn't some nothing, okay? This is something. That's why we're reading it. Then late last month, Mr. Njawala, the company's regional manager for Africa, escaped under mysterious circumstances. Initial reports suggested that he had fled Nigeria after guards permitted him to leave the guest house for Ramadan prayers. Within days of the escape, the Nigerian government charged Mr. G, Mr. Arnwala, and Binance itself with tax evasion and money laundering, effectively accusing the money and 2 mid-level employees of the same crimes. So here he is. Here's Mr. G. I guess they're accused of tax evasion, and this is not the place you want to be, guys, when this stuff hits the fan. This account of Mr. G's detention in Nigeria is based on interviews with Nigerian officials, crypto compliance experts, and dozens of other people with knowledge of the situation, many of whom requested anonymity to discuss a legally sensitive matter. An April 3rd statement, Binance denied that Mr. G had any decision-making power in the company and said he should just be held he should not be held responsible while currently discussing the ongoing, problems between Nigerian and Binance government officials. So this guy is like just working for Binance, guys. He's not a decision-making employee. This is just the government dictatorship of Nigeria just basically holding this guy against his will, basically. And there's nothing he can do. He's just he's in a Nigerian jail. It's like me going to Nigeria, guy, and getting arrested and being there for a fucking month already. So a Binance spokesman, Brad Jaffe, said the company had great respect for the Nigerian government and remained engaged in the good faith discussions at all levels. Mr. G's arrest is the latest flashpoint in years of legal troubles for Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. The company is trying to rebuild after it agreed to pay $4.3 billion in penalties last year to settle charges between several U.S. agencies that it violated economic sanctions against Syria, Cuba, and Iran while allowing criminal activity to flourish on its platform. Okay. The case also shows the crypto industry built on technology was originally designed to circumvent the global financial system. It's still struggling to stay on the right side of the law enforcement in countries around the world. In November, Binance founder Xingping Zhao stepped down as chief executive and pleaded guilty to money laundering violations in the United States, which he's going to be sentenced on the 30th of this month. I know I've been telling you guys it's the 20th. Actually the 30th, so we were wrong on the date. I don't know why. Maybe it got pushed back. I thought it was the 20th. It's actually the 30th. So Binance replaced Mr. Zhao with Richard Ting. Okay, we're not reading that. We know what happened with Binance. He's not working there as a CEO anymore. So he's trying to get out of fucking going to prison, guys. Can you imagine? And CZ's not getting the coverage, guys. There's not the coverage for CZ's case. So let's skip where it's talking about that, and let's just jump here. With the largest economies in Africa, guys, and we made a video last year about, the crypto market being used in Africa, guys, because it's all set up like Chinese infrastructure, with the WePay and, the scan your QR code. So my point is it's very easy for Africa to already immediately start using crypto. It's not a big problem for that to be the thing. So But let's keep reading this. With one of the largest economies in Africa, Nigeria has recently become a hotspot for digital currencies. It is the second highest rate of crypto adoption in the world behind India, according to Chainalysis. Some Nigerians have turned to crypto as an alternative form of local currency, which has appreciated substantially over the past 2 years. Mr. G, a weightlifter who practices martial arts in his spare time, spent his early childhood in Armenia before moving to Fresno, California as a preteen. He now lives outside of ATL, Atlanta, with his wife and 2 young children. So he's a family guy, guys, and he's stuck in fucking Nigeria in a Nigerian fucking jail. I mean, how fucked is that? That's not the place you want to be if you're if you're a family guy living outside of Atlanta. You know, this is stuff we hear about, like fucking drug cartels and just crazy shit. It's not. It's a fucking dude from Binance. He's in prison. What are you gonna do? There's nothing. What was America gonna do? He's in Nigeria, guys. There's no fucking law there. By the time he traveled to Nigeria, actually, let's start. All right, Binance hired Mr. G to work on compliance issues in 2021, and he eventually made himself head of the financial crime compliance division team. So that's good. He's not being charged with the stuff in the United States, because think about that, guys. If he's in charge of compliance, he's in charge of cyber criminals, then I'm surprised he didn't get fucking some type of responsibility with this thing that CZ's doing. But I guess maybe it was after the case. I don't know. By the time he traveled to Nigeria, Mr. G had become one of the company's most recognized employees outside its executive suite. He spoke at conferences, used his pedigree as a former law enforcement officer to help recast Binance as a law-abiding financial firm that met with government officials around the world. He liked to recount his years as a criminal investigator for the Treasury Department. Wow, this dude's done a lot. Where he's part of the team that investigated crimes like Silk Road and the dark web marketplace. His friends and colleagues described him as a fearless and proud of his government service. In early January, Mr. G was part of a delegation of Binance employees that traveled to Abuja for meetings with Nigerian officials who were concerned that the company was evading taxes and violating anti-money laundering rules. So, this is insane, guys. The trip soon turned frightening. Six people familiar with it said on January 8th, Binance's delegation met with a group of Nigerian legislators who read aloud a list of accusations against the company, including tax evasions. 3 people said the Binance delegation asked how it could resolve the government's concerns. A Nigerian lawmaker, Peter, who attended the meeting, said the interview that he and his colleagues had told Binance employees to speak with the Nigerian tax authority about how much the company owed. So guys, this is probably, like, honestly, if you want my personal opinion, I'm just going to throw this out there. This is probably just the Nigerian government trying to get Binance to, like, just pay over crypto. Like, that's probably what's really going on here. Then one of the lawmakers suggested that the delegation was at risk of detention. He told them that it's better to settle or they might not leave Nigeria. Holy shit. It was meant to be a casual comment, Mr. Anuki said, and not an explicit threat, since legislators have no power to arrest anyone. Still, the employees were alarmed. That night, the local Nigerian lawyer who was working with Binance told the delegation that the costs settling the company's legal problems in Nigeria could exceed of $100 million. 3 people familiar with the talk said. Fearing for their safety, Mr. G and his colleague cut the trip short and flew out of Nigeria. Just a month and a half later, though, Mr. G went back. That was really stupid. I'm sorry, but, like, I would not have gone back. If you escape that fucking thing, do it by Skype. There's no fucking way, guys. If I got arrested, or if I thought I was about to get arrested in Nigeria and I got out, the last thing I would fucking do is go back. So, bro, you made a bad fucking choice. Obviously, it wasn't the intended choice. But the decision among Binance officials about the return trip was muddled, and it wasn't clear who made the final call. Friends and colleagues pleaded with Mr. G not to go. 3 people familiar with those discussions said. He responded that he felt a sense of obligation to return, and he thought he could mend relations with the Nigerian officials. A person familiar with his thinking said. Still, guys, he didn't have to go there. That was really a bad idea. I mean, I'm sorry he fucking went. That's the bad part. Now he's fucking stuck there. The debate reached Binance's top executives, a person familiar with the discussion said before Mr. G left. Binance received assurances from the local officials that he would be safe, the person said. The company hired a security firm to help him navigate Abuja. But tensions were growing a few days before Mr. G's return trip. Bayo Anagwa, the advisor of Nigeria's president, accused Binance of facilitating trading and that contributed to the collapse of the Naira, the country's currency. Holy shit. That's pretty big, guys. I mean, we're learning stuff in this moment. We're learning stuff in this moment that potentially Binance crashed the Nigerian Naira, the country's currency. So only one other Binance employee traveled with Mr. G. Mr. Arnaldo said he'd been part of the January delegation. On February 26th, they met with the officials from Nigeria financial regulators and other government agencies. Binance did not send any lawyers to accompany them. A person familiar with the meeting said. The discussions turned hostile. The Nigerian officials wanted Binance to turn over data for a large swath of its customers. It's a demand that the company was unwilling to meet, 3 people familiar with the talks said. A few hours later, Nigerian officials escorted Mr. G and Mr. Anwar out of their hotel and ordered them to pack their bags, according to their families. Then they were taken to a guest house, a secure compound near the headquarters of Nigeria's National Security Advisor. "You're our guest now," a Nigeria official told them, according to the person familiar with what happened. So basically Nigerian officials arresting this dude at his hotel, guys. Can you imagine the fucking the amount of anxiety? It was like me riding into Mexico unannounced, with no papers for my dog, no fucking ID, nothing. So the Nigerian authorities confiscated Mr. G and Mr. Anwal's passports, but they were able to keep their phones, allowing them to communicate with family and colleagues. That's pretty cool. At least if you're getting arrested, you're sitting there with your phone. I mean, that's not something that happens here, guys. If you get arrested, your phone's getting turned off and it's going into a fucking Ziploc bag and you're getting it when you're getting out of jail or prison or wherever the hell they let you out. And I know that from experience. Oh shit, everybody left the chat. He's been to jail. He's a bad person. So basically, guys, let's finish this here. Allowing them to communicate with their family. So he had to keep his phone, right? He had to keep his phone. No criminal charges were filed, though a local court issued an order permitting the authorities to detain Mr. G and Mr. A as pending investigation. That's the thing, guys, with these courts. He's not even been formally arrested. And legislator people can't even have people arrested in Nigeria. It said that in the article earlier. You guys are just tuning in. So he's basically just being held. He's literally being held for fucking over a month without even having formal charges. Guys, they could hold him for a year. That's what I'm saying. This is bad for this guy. For weeks, they stayed in a section of the house that included 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a kitchen. Guards holding AK-47s were stationed nearby, a person familiar with the matter said. Whoa, guys, whoa. They're in like a fucking, like if you could imagine like a Scarface movie, where they're at like a house out in the middle of the, Nigerian, savannah, right? It's just in a fucking house. I don't know how Nigeria, maybe it's a tropical climate, but whatever. They're out there in a fucking massive compound, a government compound, with people holding AK-47s as their currency falls, guys. And they're blaming Binance, holding this guy as bait, right? For weeks. Imagine being fucking held in a house of a security government compound, they're calling it. Basically, probably a fucking house in Nigeria with AK-47 guarded guards patrolling your fucking, 100-foot perimeter, right? Speaking to BBC early in March, Mr. O, the presidential aide, said Nigeria's government was demanding close to $10 billion from Binance in retribution because they really messed up our economy in a very short time. Holy fuck, guys. Why did we not hear about this? And now we're not even hearing about CZ being fucking sentenced in like 10 days, right? Fucking crazy, guys. That's what I'm saying. People rather talk about the stupid shit in crypto than the stuff that actually really matters. So we're covering this, guys. We're covering this fucking right now. Speaking to BBC in early March, Mr. O, the presidential aide, said Nigeria's government was demanding close to $10 billion from Binance in retribution because they really messed up our government or our economy in a very short amount of time. An interview with the New York Times, Mr. O said he met with Binance, may have to pay such an amount, and that they've been speculating about the size of the potential fine. On March 22nd, lawyers for Mr. G and Mr. A learned that Nigeria was preparing to charge the 2 men personally with criminal violations as part of its case against Binance, according to their families. The next morning, Mr. G woke up to discover that Mr. A was missing, guys. The guy that was from the area there, like I guess the local guy that they were using as a lawyer type dude or an advisor. So how Mr. Anjan managed to escape was unclear. A local newspaper reported that Mr. Alana A who was a dual nationality in Kenya and Britain, had used his Kenyan passport to leave Nigeria after he was handing over his British one. The guards led him into a nearby mosque for Ramadan on March 22nd, the report said, before he somehow slipped away. A representative for Mr. A said he had left Nigeria by lawful means. The spokesman for Nigeria's National Security Advisory said the country's security agency were working to obtain an international arrest warrant for him. The personnel responsible for the custody of the suspect have been arrested, the spokesperson said. Personnel responsible for the custody of the suspect have been arrested. So after the escape, the Nigerian authorities confiscated Mr. G's phone. On March 25th, he, Mr. A, and Binance were charged with money laundering and other crimes. A judge ordered Mr. G to be taken to Kuji, where the Islamic State staged a dramatic prison break in 2022 to free hundreds of its fighters. So basically a prison that is basically that could get taken over by rival militia groups, basically. That's what that's meaning, if you guys are just tuning in. Mr. G's family, friends, and colleagues have been lobbying U.S. officials to secure his release. They need to make it clear that this is kind of injustice and should not be tolerated. Mr. G's wife, Yuki, said in an interview. A White House official who requested anonymous to discuss sensitive diplomatic issues said the administration was working with the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria to resolve the situation. There might not be resolving the situation. That might be the thing. There might not be resolving the situation. So Mr. G has lawyers representing him in Nigeria and is scheduled to appear in court for bail hearing on Monday, a spokeswoman for his family said. Before he was taken to Kuji, Mr. G recorded a video of himself in the courtyard of the guest house. Guys, I've done nothing wrong, he said. I've been a cop my whole life. I just asked the Nigerian government to let me go. All right, guys, we'll end it there on the article. We'll pop back into the chat. But this is like what a crazy story, guys, you know? Like, what a crazy fucking story. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Apparently, guys, if you're on the channel, we are getting confirmation by my boy Alan that you're getting notifications again. So appreciate that. Let's see here. Got people coming into the chat. So, god damn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. It really does help the channel. And guys, if you are on X, please share these videos. You know, we're not on there, but we're always trying to reach a better audience. Let's pop back in the prices, see what's going on. I just thought that was a cool article to check out because we don't usually read the news, but you know, when a U.S. citizen is stuck in Nigeria against his will for basically nothing yet. I mean, I don't think they said they formally charged him. I think they said they were getting charges together to formally charge him with criminal activity pertaining to the Binance case, but it really was unclear in that article whether or not like he's being charged with a specific thing with Binance or what. So, you know, don't go to a country, guys. If you get arrested in a country, I guess the moral of the story is if you go to a country and get arrested and it's not your home country, it'd probably be, or, you know, not even arrested, but almost got arrested, and you know you would have been arrested had you stayed there. I would say that it's probably good to know from this story, like, don't go back there. Like, if you think a country's out to get you and you do get out, it's probably best to say that you don't want to go back there under any circumstance, right? So, you know, I guess that's what we can learn from that story in this chat, and I got to take off. So if you got anything, you know, last minute comments, guys, let us know. We'll, you know, we'll look for your comment to come in the live stream on Cryptocurrency Theory, guys. If you like the channel, like I said, feel free to share the videos, you know, feel free to, you know, get the videos out there a little bit more if you can. And we do appreciate you guys and girls giving input to the channel. So yeah, I mean, I hope these prices continue, right? Like we saw a little bit of a bump. Obviously, we weren't really too focused on price in this live stream, but the prices have creeped up a little bit. It's not like a huge jump, but that it could turn into a huge jump relatively quick. So I don't know. Is that everything, guys? I think that's pretty much everything today. Got any last minute comments? Go ahead and throw it in there, and we'll take a look. But I don't think you do. Right? I think we pretty much cover everything. Yeah, Bitcoin SV just actually took a little bit of a jump since we started the stream here about an hour ago, I guess. So it looks like it went up another 3% just in the last hour. And like I said, guys, Bitcoin SV might be one of these coins where, I hang up the phone and it's like, oh shit, we're up 100%. We're up 300%. And I think that's exactly what the crypto community needs to see, guys. I think we need to see at this point, like Bitcoin Cash go to like, $2,000, $3,000, passing these all-time highs before, BSV rallying too. It would just really put everything in place. Like not even in fact of the fact of like people need to look into these coins because I keep telling people they need to look into them, but more or less like put it on the front page that of what this stuff really is, and then like people don't even have to buy it. We're not even saying you guys have to buy it. We just want you to look at the price now. That's up fucking 20x. So um, that'd be like Bitcoin SV at like $1,400, guys. That would be like Bitcoin Cash at 20 like 10,000, right? So just think about it like that. We're live on the channel, guys. Live on the chats on cryptocurrency theory, guys. So let me know. No, if not, we'll wrap up the chat here. All right, I guess that'll wrap it up, guys. We'll catch you soon. Take care.